and welcome to two more exciting new features around the AI Design Assistant for Blackboard Learn Ultra. In specific, we're going to be dealing with generating authentic prompts for discussions and for journals. So those are the two features. AI plagiarism is a growing concern, right? It's a growing concern among academics. It's a growing concern among a lot of people. But research indicates that a variety of issues with a reliance on AI detection can be problematic, right? So things like the inability to successfully identify what's AI and what's not, or hindering certain populations, those who might speak English as a second language, or those who might have some other issue that in how they process language. And so AI detection can be problematic for those folks. So on top of that, detection models cannot keep up with advancements in AI technologies. The approach that Anthology is taking, in specific when it comes to these things, is different. They want to empower you, the instructor, to lean on effective practices of authentic assessment when it comes to AI. And one way they want to help you do that is to help you generate discussion and journal prompts that encourage your students. They encourage your students to do things like engage in higher order thinking, apply their knowledge, justify or challenge their beliefs and ideas, and then emulate real world situations. To ensure that you are in control, the whole generation process for these prompts, right, allows you, the instructor, to enter a discussion or journal description, select a desired cognitive process based upon Bloom's taxonomy. And keep in mind that it's going to deal with the type of process that goes along with the activity, journaling or discussions. And then you can set the complexity and then generate the discussion or journal title. The neat thing here about this is that it also pulls from the content that's already in the module, the learning module that you've placed this particular item in. So you can then review those generated prompts and select one to add to the discussion or your journal. After adding the prompt, you can edit it or further refine it so that it meets your needs. So that's what this is. That's what this whole thing is, the ability for you to have more meaningful discussions and journal entries from your students where they're actually thinking critically or engaging in higher order thinking, all that good stuff. So again, I'll start out with the introduction, but then we'll go straight into the butt of this particular, and that's that you are in control. You decide what you're going to use and what you're not going to use. This is not something that's you have to use this. You don't have to use this. You can also choose what it provides and then edit what it provides. Remembering, of course, that Anthology uses what's called the trustworthy AI principles, which are adopted from the trustworthy AI approach, which is used by national and international agencies when it comes to using AI in education. So that being said, just remember that. So what I want to do now is I actually want to take you into a course where we can use the tools and you can see them in live action. I hope that sounds okay. So what we're going to do is take a look at a live course. Here we are in a healthy eating course. And in this particular course, we have a lesson 1 under Going Organic called Determining Organic Foods and Benefits. So what I want to do is I'm going to come down here to my last item in this particular lesson, and I'm going to create a discussion. So I go to my Add Content button and choose Create. Then I'm going to go down to my discussion. Now, it looks fairly familiar, right? It looks like the thing that we normally would create our discussion prompts in Jacob, but you might notice that it has a new button on the upper right-hand side. And that button is called the Auto Generate Discussion button. So we'll click it. And just like the features of the AI Design Assistant before, it's going to scour through your content, through the name of your module, through the name of your course, and provide you with a discussion topic. Now, keep in mind, if you really want to refine this down, you might go ahead and do something different. So right now, it's got the power of visuals and promoting healthy eating habits. exploring innovative approaches for encouraging healthy eating, and analyzing the impact of personal experiences and healthy food choices, right? These are 3 different discussion prompts that it has us looking at, right? Now, it's more of a general. If I wanted to get specific, I would come back and I'm going to discard what it's searched for, right? I'm going to come back to it because I'm going to go to this first determining organic foods and benefits option, right? So what I might decide to do is copy this stuff, some text in here, and create a discussion based upon this text. So I'm going to hit Control C, and I'm going to close that. Come back to my create and discussion. But instead of waiting after I click on the auto-generate discussion for it to populate, I'm actually going to paste in the content and then do generate. So now it's going to take a look at my content, and based upon the content that I've typed in there, it's going to provide me with some options. All right, so the first one is the impact of organic food on our health. See, it's gotten a little bit more specific. It's talking about that organic food rather than just the overall healthy eating, which is the name of the course. And you'll see the cognitive process here for this particular discussion is to evaluate, to analyze, and then to create. So for this specific thing, I could choose any one of these, which is nice. And I can even see exactly which cognitive process is dealing with in Bloom's, which is nice. So if I want them to evaluate or analyze, I can choose this particular one, organic food, a sustainable choice. Now, you'll notice here on the left, it's very similar to what we've got before. I get up to like 32,000 characters I can put in the description box. I can choose a desired cognitive level, apply, evaluate, create, or analyze, or I can choose inspire me, and it will randomly pick them, right? So that's exciting. Then I have my complexity. So I've done that, and it's generating. I'm choosing to have it generate a discussion title as well, which is that first that thing right there. And I'm gonna hit add. And so now what it's done is it's created the discussion for me, which is kind of neat, right? So I can hit say I will probably want to give it a grade. I can decide how many points this particular discussion is going to have, and we can go with 25 and save. And now I come down here and save the discussion. I now have a discussion. In today's world, sustainability is a key consideration for consumers. Analyze the environmental impact of organic food production compared to conventional methods. Provide examples of real-life experiences or work-related experiences that illustrate the benefits of organic farming. So it's not just them talking esoterically, they're having to connect to things. So you can see this might be a little more appropriate when it comes to diving deeper and getting a more authentic type of assessment. Again, this is powered by you. The type of stuff I feed this engine is the type of stuff that it's going to give me on the output. Remember, it's kind of like that making a smoothie, right? So now I've got an organic food discussion here in my lesson 1. But let's talk about journaling. I can also do a journal, right? So let's go to lesson 2, buying local. I can go here and be like, okay, here's Farmer's Market. It's a video on Farmer's Market. And so that's not what I want. That's another one. But we can actually come by to we can choose another one, right? So I can come back to determining organics, food, and benefits, and using that. Or so coming in here and scrolling on down, I could choose this stuff again, right? I could actually go through and type in this text, or I could have some other content that I want. But instead, I'm just going to go ahead and show you how it looks. So I'm going to come in here, go to my lesson 2, and create, and a journal. And you will see the auto-generate journal option right there. So I'm going to click on it. It's going to pre-populate based upon my course name and some other things. Remembering, there you go, exploring the benefits of organic food, creating a sustainable food system, evaluating the impact of buying local. So it's pulling stuff from the module. It may not be as specific as I want it to be, but I can make it more specific by setting some objectives here. what I'm looking for, and then it will help me in that regard. But I can choose all that good stuff. In this particular, I did evaluate before, so I might do create. Imagine you've been tasked with designing a sustainable food system for your community. Explain your vision and discuss the key components. Blah, 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 blah. So I can, all that stuff is in there. I can hit add. It then creates the journal for me. Again, I can come in, make sure that it's graded. I can grade the journal. I can provide a rubric for the journal if I wanted to, or whatever I wanted to do at this point, and hit save. But again, I want you to see, again, you're going to want to add the prompt. So the issue here is what happens is if I were to close this journal, it puts the, let me see here. Why didn't it add the prompt? That's an interesting, you know what? I didn't check it, did I? So I'm going to come back here and one more time. We're going to go right back to my healthy eating course. I'm going to hit Module 1, Going Organic, Lesson 2, and I am going to delete said journal. Come back to it one more time, create. Going to go down to journal and auto-generate like I did, and it will come up with those titles again for me. And it might be something different, right? So again, create is the one I wanted. Creating a mock scenario, a day in the life of a locavore. That's awesome. Someone who eats primarily locally grown and produced food. This is just neat, right? And so I'm going to choose that one. I'm going to choose add, and I'm going to make sure that I have to save this prompt. If I don't save this prompt, it's going to be like, what are you doing, Jacob? I want to save it before I submit it. So boom, the prompt is there. Then I can come in and grade that prompt. So I'll choose grade journal and go with the 25 points. Hit save. And I can choose to make it available, make it visible, right? So I have just done, one of the things I've just done is tried to make some more authentic assessments for my students, but I've also increased my own efficiency as an instructor. I've saved myself a little bit of time by leveraging my own content to generate some prompts. There's power in that, there's value in that. Again, at the end of the day, you as the instructor are in control of what you have on there. You don't have to rely on it, you don't have to use it. You can also edit it should you wish. I hope you like it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.